Welcome to My Lines, brought to you by Colin Boynton. Welcome to the latest episode of my poetry podcasts, the place where I share my world of words. I remember being away on holiday once and overhearing people as they approach the travel courier every day, so my first piece this week is called Thoughts from a Travel Courier. This is wrong and this ain't right. Can you fix the food tonight? Could we change our room today? The view keeps getting in my way. Could we change our room tonight? We're kept awake by bright moonlight. Where are all these people from? Why do they bother me? I wish they'd go out for a walk or sit down by the sea. This ain't right and this is wrong. The drains are making quite a pong. My bed's too hard, I cannot sleep. It really makes me want to weep. The sheets are rough, they hurt my skin. I really feel I can't get in. Why do these people bother me? Where do they all come from? Tourist season starts again and just goes on and on. This is wrong and this ain't right. Nothing suits the guests tonight. Complaints and moans are all they say, and nothing suits the guests each day. Can you fix the TV, please? My water's running slow. Oh, how I wish for Wednesday when all these tourists go. My next poem this week is called Lost, and is all about the pleasures, or not, of driving today. From A to B and B to C, the road should be so straight. Believe me, folks, that just ain't so. Diversions make me late. Driving down some country roads I do not even know, finding junctions left and right, which way should I go? Moving forward slowly, I feel I'm going back, and then before I know it, I'm on an old dirt track. I wonder will I ever reach the place I'm meant to be, or will I drive in circles, or end up in the sea? Why do they mark diversions, and think that all we know, the roads that they then send us down, and know just where to go? Please put up more directions and help me on my way, or I might find that I am lost forever and a day. This next is called My Town, and was written after visiting a town from near to where I used to live, and realised that many towns are going the same way too. Run-down shops on a dead-end street, the bar now closed where once we'd meet, the pavement cracked from disrepair, my town cries out in sad despair. No one comes here anymore, what is left to come here for? The shops all moved to out of town, the centre died and just closed down. It could not live, could not survive, we could not keep my town alive. Without a heart, without a soul, my town no longer has a goal. It's sad to think they'll tear it down and just build houses on my town. The next piece I have chosen is called Travels in My Life. How little that we were, so little did we know, that as we kept on growing, just how far we would go. From pushchairs in our childhood, we climbed onto our feet. The world changed from our gardens and out into the street. We slowly grew and changed a lot, from bicycle to car. Our world was changing constantly, we travelled near and far. The world was slowly shrinking, and as we spread our wings, our homeland grew too small for us, we wanted greater things. We climbed onto a ship or boat, we got into a plane, crossed the oceans deep and wide, time and time again. And each time that we travelled, the further we would go, until we'd travelled everywhere in sun, rain and snow. Now as we get much older, how fast we soon slow down. The wide world shrinks behind us, our world is now our town. My final piece this week is called Traveller. Did any of you ever see or have the travellers come round every year trying to sell their wares, such as pegs, white heather, etc., etc.? Once a year from who knew where, the lady would appear, wicker basket on her arm, a smile full of good cheer. Pegs and brushes, dishcloths too, most were all handmade. Lucky heather, good luck charms, the things she had to trade. She never stood and chattered, she went from door to door, She sold her goods and then moved on just like she had before. The horses grazing by the road were first signs she'd be round, and further on their caravans and rubbish on the ground. A campfire burning in their midst, children ran and played, old men sat and smoked their pipes, and no one seemed afraid. They lived their lives from day to day and moved from place to place. There one day, then gone the next, they left without a trace. You never seemed to see them, once they'd moved away. They vanished in the countryside, who knows where they stayed. Then once another year had passed, the lady would appear, her wicker basket full of goods, a smile full of good cheer. I hope you've enjoyed my choice for this week's episode. To find out more details about my writing and books, visit my website www.collinscorner.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me once again next week for another episode of My Lines.